So here we are again, boys, with some coaching tips and tricks based on the last game we played, which was Tuesday 23rd. Two things in this that I really want to highlight. One is let's celebrate a bit of amazing attacking movement, because this is actually a really, really good goal. So if I just skim through this right now, you've got Darks on the attack, ball gets played out over the top. Not a bad touch, but really good defensive play by JC to get across and cover. Right? And then goalkeeper doesn't play out, he comes out with the ball. Now, if we pause there, from a defensive perspective, that's okay, right? So Danny's striker, he's out of the game, he's slowly making his way back. I'm dead central, so goalie's coming out towards my space, that's great. You've got Vic looking after that top left zone where Eric is, and Tim's out on the right hand side, right? So we're not in a bad shape. But if you roll this on, let's just admire this first and foremost from an attacking perspective. So goalie comes out with the ball, wide players keep drifting. Eric makes a fantastic little run in behind. Jensen plays the ball to him, and Eric's movement is fantastic. Look, it's on the half turn, takes the ball. You got really nice drifting forward there from Adria. Eric knows he's there, he plays the ball to him. Eddie's drifted in from that right hand side for a finish, gets a first time ball, takes Vic out of the game, and Eddie, despite scuffing it slightly, tucks it in the bottom corner. A beautiful goal, really, really well worked. But if you analyze it from a defensive perspective, it should never happen, right? So goalie comes out with the ball. Danny's slowly making his way back. That's cool, right? Not expecting anyone in these games to bust the gut to get back. You just come back goal side as best you can. Now, this is where we make the first mistake. In terms of positioning, Tim's too wide. So if you look at that right-hand side, the two central players, Vic and myself, nothing wrong with those positions at all. Tim's too wide. He needs to come inside. He needs to be pretty much where Jensen is, where he's positioned. So towards, as we're looking at it, towards the left, pretty much where Jensen is. So imagine where Victor is. Same position on that right-hand side, a little bit further forward. Good position, right? And why? Because it stops that through ball going through there. So I've come out to stop a ball going left, right? Straight ball through. If anything, someone could be telling me to be slightly more to my right, the left side, but I don't have a problem in that position. It's fine. But this is where we make the first problem. If Tim's inside, that ball's not on, right? We're tight. As I always say to you guys, defend tight. When you're inside, you've got to push people outside, right? They have to go outside you to play. And to be frank, outside, as old Arsene Wenger calls it, is the channels, it's the corners, it's the cul-de-sacs where attacks go to die, right? It's going to take something really special when you're outside getting a shot away to beat someone with a very little amount of goal to aim for, right? It's going to take a wonder strike or crap goalkeeping or whatever it is. Something's going to happen. So what you want to do is you want to push people outside as best you can. So Tim's position is way too far outside. You shouldn't be worrying about Eddie in that position. Eddie's not a threat right now. Eddie becomes a threat when he comes central, right? So defend inside. As we're looking at it from this, Tim's position should be at least a meter or two inside to his right, to the left as we're looking, right? So this ball here can't get played. Vic should stay exactly where he is. And Tim should be able to stop that ball. If the ball does get played, Tim just intercepts it. Or if the ball does get beyond him, he's in a position to come back and tackle. Vic shouldn't be chasing that ball. He has to chase the ball. He has no option because it's already bypassed our defense, right? But if you analyze this, really what should happen is Vic should stay where he is, because then he takes care of Adria. I'm looking after goalie because JC's top side of the pitch, so technically he's goalie right now. So Jensen's just become that fourth player going forward. So I'm looking after him. I'm goal side of him. That's good. if Tim's inside, that ball doesn't get played through. And Vic takes care of Adria. And if we roll this on, we then make classic mistakes. So we're out of shape. Victor has to go and shut that ball down. And then we're in all kinds of trouble because Tim's not tracking to get back hard enough. Victor has to chase everything. He's dealing with two players there, and he can't do it. If we're tracking and we're going, right, we've got a problem, if Tim gets himself into that central area, probably stops that goal because he's going to be there. He's going to be able to get onto Eddie quicker than he can. And it goes in. You see how much work Vic's having to put in back there? Chases there when really we shouldn't have to, and again, and again. And all of that can be avoided. I mean, we have to admire it from an offensive perspective. It's really good, and it's all made, first and foremost, by goalkeeper not being afraid to go out the pitch and engage. But secondly, that little movement by Eric, and even better than that, that half turn there is gorgeous. Taking that ball there, really good play, Eric, mate. Love that. Always talk about, particularly in number 10 positions, being on the half turn to receive a ball and go with it. A lot of the problem we have, I'll try and find another clip in this that analyzes the opposite, where it creates a problem for you. If you face him the wrong way and you take that ball in, you've kind of lost the opportunity. You're going to have to play back the way you're facing. That's fantastic striking. I love that. And Adria doing what Adria does, making himself available always for a pass. And it's a really, really good team goal. But completely could have been avoided with some slightly more better organized defensive work. As I always say, defend narrow, right? Defend narrow, give you no spaces in between you, give you nothing in behind you, right? Nice and narrow, shuffle as a unit. So you move across a little bit to the left to deal with things and to the right. You never go wide. The minute you go wide, you leave big spaces in between you and people can play through you. Defend narrow and tight and compact and stop people. Push them outside. Stop them playing through you. Danger is in the middle. That's where goals come from. They rarely come from outside.